Aurora-Marionville Police Department is honoring a fallen officer from over a century ago. Now, not much is known about who Deputy Marshal John Chambers was. The 30-year-old died in 1907 when he was shot and killed in Aurora. Chris Bryant has more on the investigation.
It was at this intersection behind me back in 1907 when Deputy Marshal John Chambers was shot and killed in the line of duty.
A lot of folks in Aurora don't even know about it.
Piecing together the facts is hard enough in this day and age, but finding answers to something that happened more than 100 years ago?
The records are kind of few and far between.
And of course, the landscape has changed.
Finding out where the location was, because back in those days, this was just a dirt intersection up here that in an old mining community is what this was.
That intersection is now Business US 60 and State Route 39, where Jimmy Mitchell Motors sits in Aurora. But what happened that day in 1907 leads to questions.
We know that he had dealt with this individual the night before on some kind of a disturbance, we think, possibly a fight or something.
Then the next day, newspaper reports at the time say Eugene Jarrett encountered Deputy Chambers.
This person walked up to Deputy Marshal Chambers and with a handgun concealed in a newspaper and shot through the newspaper and killed him.
Eugene Garrett was charged and later acquitted of the crime.
But we don't really know why that was. We don't know if there was just kind of a lack of evidence, or if, back in 1907, just to be, perfectly transparent, the legal system probably wasn't quite as good at being neutral and fair as it is now.
Newspaper archives show Chambers was shot 4 times in the chest and died almost immediately. Chambers was 30 years old at the time. The only memorial of him being a law enforcement officer is at his grave, where the blue-lined end of watch marker sits.
The end game is that he died, and he died at the hands of someone that he had dealt with in a law enforcement capacity, and so we're going to treat it just the same.
Chief Wes Coatney hopes to honor Chambers by placing a memorial marker in front of the Aurora Police Station.
Officers are real excited about it. Actually, I had 4 or 5 of them out there measuring our grassy area, trying to figure out exactly where this thing needs to be placed.
Deputy Marshal Chambers is the only line-of-duty death for the city of Aurora. A memorial for him is not just exciting for officers.
5 or 6 people come in with envelopes wanting to donate 10, 20, 30 bucks towards the memorial. I've had businesses reach out and say, hey, we'll make sure this happens and things like that.
Chief Wes Coatney says he has some photos that could possibly be that of Deputy Marshal Chambers. However, he hasn't been able to verify those. He's hoping to work with family members who may possibly live in California. In Aurora, Chris Bryant, KY3 News.